Hey, it's Amina, and today we're doing another ghost story. This is the House of Evil. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am the Midnight Raven. I am trying to figure out how to do these ghost stories, whether you like me on camera, whether you prefer a voiceover, whether there's a different way I can do this. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. If you're new to my channel, consider liking and subscribing. And without any further ado, let's get into this ghost story called The House of Evil. So, actor James Brolin said there was an eerie jinx, or even evil jinx, on the Amityville horror film set. He played a surveyor during this filming called George Lutz. Him and his family lived in this house and they were terrified by a series of demonic occurrences. On the first day he was due on set, he stepped into the elevator in his apartment block, pressed the lobby floor button, and as he went in the elevator down 3 floors, it started to judder. The lights then continued to flicker, and then he was plunged into complete darkness. He was sitting in this lift/elevator for around 30 minutes in complete darkness, screaming, calling for help. He was eventually rescued. So the next day, while on set, for less than a few minutes, he had tripped over a cable and had wrenched his ankle. He had then hobbled around for the next couple of days while filming. So he was already sensing there was an eeriness with the elevator. Accidents happen, falling over a cable on set, very possible. But he was starting to feel like there was some kind of jinx. So the movie and the story of the Lutz family, after they had moved to Long Island, New York, to a new house and their new home, there had been scenes for multiple murders in 1974. They had drugged his parents, brother, and sister during supper. Then, while they slept that night, they would go room to room, shooting each member of the family in a bed with a rifle. Ronald claimed he heard voices that ordered him to kill his whole family. He was given 6 life sentences in prison. The House Macabre's history gave the house a low selling price. This was perfect for the Lutz family then to move in. So soon after the Lutz family moved in, they asked a priest to bless the house after having the mass murders within the house. Why wouldn't you want it blessed? I mean, maybe an exorcism for any dark spirits. So a priest would bless the house. And while the priest was blessing a house, he heard a small voice telling them to get out. I mean, it seems fair enough. You know, they were there second, the ghost was there first. He was then told to get out. The next 2 nights, the family were awoken by strange noises, and the real terror would happen on the 3rd night, because you know bad things, they come in threes. So, before bedtime, they always had a habit of checking that every window was locked and every door was locked. There was an eerie feeling within the house, and obviously they would close the windows, close the doors, and then go to bed. The heavy front door was wrenched open, and an eerie feeling around 3:15 a.m., where windows were then opened and doors were then opened by themselves. So this went on for a couple of weeks. And 2 weeks later, George awoke one night to see his wife supposedly calmly floating over her bed. Just levitating during mid-sleep, I guess, is normal. No, it's not. So he pulled her down onto the bed, and there was this hideous look on his wife's face that didn't look like hers. So she's already levitating, and now she's got a creepy face. This may not have been the buy of the century when you bought the house. So his wife's appearance over the next few hours changed, where her face then changed back to her own. Thank God for that. So 28 days later, the Lutz family would flee the house that had become a haunting nightmare. So because all of that happened in the house, the movie didn't use the house to actually film. So a photographer was sent to the actual Amityville house to take photos of the Lutz house so they could have a reference to then build or find a similar house elsewhere to film in, because the directors didn't feel comfortable enough filming in a house that supposedly had that much paranormal experience that would put their crew or actors in danger. So this guy was sent to take some pictures of the house that the occurrences had happened in. So the guy went in to take some pictures, took some outside pictures, as you do, and then found his car was on fire. While he was in the house taking pictures, just randomly caught fire. So after his car caught fire, Anson, the writer of the book, told his friends the manuscript, and the children were suffocated in a fire. But the manuscript he had written was untouched. So let me get this straight. That there was a fire. The children suffocated in the fire that was in his house, but the manuscript that he had written was untouched. I don't know about you, but this is a little bit, just a little bit on the uncomfortable side. So Anson, the writer of the manuscript, would also die. He would die from a heart attack. I mean, I could say he was lucky enough not to be suffocated and he died in a heart attack, died from a heart attack. His son and his friend were also killed in a car crash. I would say the writer of this book is probably cursed. I mean, the Lutz family are still alive today. The Amityville house, or the Amityville Horror House, is owned by James and Barbara Cormati, who say that the house is not haunted, and that the stories of the guy's car catching fire, the ghosts, the paranormal experiences, the fact that the writer died and anyone that seemed to come in contact with him died, this was apparently just all made up to sell the book, to sell the movie, to sell the merchandise, and that the house was never haunted. It's a very long extreme to go to sell a book, to set cars on fire and kill people. The mass murder happened. The mass murder in that place before the family bought it happened. That is undeniable. The mass murder occurred. So whether there were spirits of the people he killed haunting the then people that lived there next, it's quite possible. You do get some angry spirits that stick around, especially when they're murdered under such horrific circumstances. And then they tend to haunt people who then want to come in the house or glorify the fact that they were murdered and want to, take pictures. So this is a really interesting story. If you haven't seen the Amityville horror movies, there are a few of them, or if you want to read the book, by all means read the book. I prefer a film to a book, but each to their own. If you like this horror story, let me know down below. This is haunted houses. Were they paranormal spirits? Were they being haunted? Was it made up to sell a book and a franchise? Who knows? If you like these kind of videos, let me know. Or if you prefer a voiceover with pictures, I'm trying to work out how to do these stories so that you get the best content. The light is green today because I felt like a bit of a eerie, spooky, grainy greeniness. Let me know how you want these filmed. I've got plenty more to come. Like and subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up. It's free. And I will see you very soon for another ghost story. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.